People in the town of Obinze had seen suffering, but nothing compared to the kind of hardship Adaora carried on her shoulders. She was widowed at 29. Her husband, Chizom, died of cancer, leaving her with a 5-year-old son, Kelechi, a rented one-room apartment, and a debt she didn't even know existed until creditors came knocking. Every day, Adaora woke up at 4:30 a.m. to prepare pap and akara to sell by the roadside. It wasn't an easy job, but it fed her and her son. It kept them alive. Adaora worked anywhere they called her. Sometimes she washed clothes for people. Sometimes she fried akara at the junction. Sometimes she cleaned shops. Her biggest fear was the landlord. He didn't care about her pain. Every month, he knocked loudly, shouting, "Madam, bring your rent. If you cannot pay, move out." And every month, Adaora begged for more time. But life never waited for her. In Lagos lived Mr. Darlington Okafor, the kind of man whose name carried weight, a billionaire, a silent investor in multiple companies, owner of several estates, a man the media loved to chase, but behind the spotlight was a truth almost nobody knew. Darlington was dying on the inside. Not physically, emotionally. His wealth didn't bring him peace. It brought enemies, fake friends, gold diggers, and family members who wished he didn't exist. He had everything money could buy, but nothing his heart needed. One evening, feeling overwhelmed, he told his driver and security team that he needed a quiet trip alone. They begged him not to travel without protection, but he refused. He wanted silence. He wanted to breathe like a human being, not a billionaire. He removed his fancy clothes, wore a simple shirt, jeans, slippers, and drove toward eastern Nigeria. That night, heavy rain fell. Darlington got lost on a lonely road, his phone battery dead. He stopped at a junction to check directions. That was when danger arrived. A group of armed robbers emerged from the bush, masks on, machetes raised. Before he could reverse, they smashed his window. They dragged him out, beat him like a thief, hit him with the back of a gun, tore his shirt, stole his watch, wallet, and car. And when he tried to crawl away, one robber stabbed him in the side. They ran off, leaving him on the stony ground, bleeding heavily. His body shivered violently. His breath became short and sharp. He cried for help, but the road was dark and empty. Adaora was returning from the night church program. Her wrapper was tied around her waist, her nylon bag of akara ingredients swinging under the rain. Then she saw something on the ground. At first, she thought it was a log of wood. Then it moved. Her heart jumped. She held her lantern high and froze. A man, a bleeding man, a dying man. She looked around. The road was empty. Fear shook her chest. She wanted to run. She had heard stories of how kidnappers pretend to be dying, then harm the people who try to help. But then she thought to herself, what if this man really needs help? What if he's not one of those bad men? What if he is the true victim here? Her other mind screamed, run, but the good part of her whispered, help him. She remembered how her husband died in her arms because nobody came on time. So she ran to the man. Sir, can you hear me? He blinked slowly. Help me. His voice was weak, too weak. Adaora swallowed her fear. With all her strength, she lifted him by the arm. He groaned loudly. Sorry, she whispered. She dragged him step by step. When she got to her compound, her neighbors came out shouting, Adaora, who is that? He looks dangerous. Leave him there, oh. Some of these men pretend too much. Don't bring problems to what you're already facing. Oh, don't say I didn't warn you. But Adaora didn't stop. She didn't respond. She pulled him inside her small room, laid him gently on her bed, heated water, pressed a cloth on his wound, cleaned his cuts, and gave him the little food she had left. Then she ran to the pharmacy for drugs. She didn't have enough money, but she begged the pharmacist to let her pay the balance the next morning. At exactly 3 a.m., his temperature rose dangerously. Adaora sat beside him, pressing a cold towel on his forehead. When he finally opened his eyes, he whispered, Why? Why are you helping me? She said softly, Because if I leave you out there, you'll die. He stared at her, a woman with nothing, giving everything. He tried to speak again, but she placed a finger on his lips. Don't talk, just breathe. And for the first time in many years, Darlington felt safe not in his mansion, not with his bodyguards, not in his private hospitals, but in a poor widow's room. The next morning, Darlington opened his eyes properly. He looked around, confused, weak, and still in pain. Adaora sat beside him. Sir, thank God you're awake. Please, what is your name? Where are you from? What happened to you? Are you from this community? Darlington swallowed painfully and slowly shook his head. No, I'm not from here. Where were you going last night? She asked gently. He sighed, then lied. My name is Dafe. I was coming from Lagos. My boss sent me on an errand. Your boss? She repeated. He nodded. Yes, I drive for him sometimes. Yesterday my phone went off while I was checking for direction. That was when armed men attacked me. They stole my boss's car, my phone, my wallet, everything. I don't know how to get back to Lagos now. Adaora hissed softly in pity. Ah, so that's what happened to you. He nodded weakly. I don't have a way to reach my boss. I don't have his number offhand. I don't know what to do. Adaora sighed deeply. Sir, you need proper treatment. I don't have much here. This is just small first aid. He lowered his eyes. Then slowly said, ashamed, please, I know I shouldn't be asking, but if you can help me with transport money, when I get to Lagos, I will send it back to you immediately. Just give me your account number. Adaora's chest tightened. Ah, sir, I used my last money to buy the medication I gave you last night. She paused. Then her heart softened. But, let me talk to my friend. Maybe she will lend me some money. He almost cried. Please, I will pay you back, I promise. Adaora went to her closest friend, Mama Chi, who sold provisions at the junction. Chi, please, I need small money. I helped someone who was attacked last night. He wants to go back to Lagos. Mama Chi raised her eyebrow. So you want to borrow money for a stranger? Adaora nodded. He said he will send it back. Mama Chi burst into laughter. Ah, Ada, this is how 419 starts. You don't know him. You haven't eaten since yesterday. You're struggling to pay rent. And you want to help a man you don't even know if he's a criminal. Adaora sighed. Chi, please. He's injured. He almost died. I can't leave him stranded. Mama Chi clicked her tongue. If he doesn't pay my money back, you will pay me, and you will add interest. Adaora nodded. No problem. I just want to help him. So Mama Chi counted the money and gave her. Adaora returned home and handed it to him. He stood weakly and held her hands. Thank you for saving my life. She looked away shyly. Just be safe, please. He smiled. I won't forget you, I promise. She helped him to the Lagos park. He entered a bus heading to Lagos. He waved at her through the window. She waved back. The bus drove off. And that was the last time she saw him, or so she thought. Days passed, weeks passed, no call, no credit alert, nothing. Her friend, Mama Chi, did not let her rest. Every morning, Ada, your Lagos boyfriend never pay my money. Where is he? Another day. You see your life? I warned you. Another day. Ada, bring my money, oh. Whether he pays or not, I need my money back. But the silence from the stranger she helped still bothered her. Sometimes she wondered, did he reach Lagos safely? Did he lie to me? Is he even alive? She pushed the thoughts away and faced her daily struggle. One particular evening, the sky was turning orange. Adaora was walking home after washing 2 big basins of clothes for a woman at the far end of town. Her wrapper was wet from the splashes. Her son ran ahead kicking stones. As she entered her compound, she stopped. Her eyes widened, her heart jumped. People were gathered everywhere, women whispering, children shouting, men standing with hands on their heads, and 4 black SUVs lined up neatly at the entrance of her compound. Adaora blinked. Ah? Are they doing wedding here? She held her son's hand tightly and walked closer. People whispered loudly, it's Adora's visitor. He came with cars. Big man, big man. Adora's confusion grew. She squeezed through the crowd and froze. Right in the center of the compound stood the man she had helped weeks ago. But this time, he didn't look lost. He didn't look weak. He didn't look robbed. He looked powerful. His suit was perfectly tailored, his haircut neat, his wristwatch sparkled under the evening sun. His shoes shone, even though the ground was dusty. Behind him were stacks of goods, bags of rice, cartons of Indomie, Gary sacks, new clothes, shoes, drinks, toiletries, cooking oil, mattresses, soaps, and much more. It looked like he brought an entire supermarket. Adaora trembled. She whispered, Dafe? He smiled softly. Adora. Her son hid behind her wrapper. The compound went silent. Everyone watched. Darlington took a step toward her. "I know you haven't heard from me since I left," he said gently, "and I know you didn't expect to see me again." Adaora swallowed hard. He continued, "I didn't just come back to repay you. No amount of money can repay what you did. I came to thank you properly. The night you found me, I was dying. People would have walked past. Your neighbors warned you, but you still helped me. You carried me with those small arms. You treated my wounds. You gave me the only food you had. You used your last money to buy medicine." The crowd whispered. He continued, "You even went to borrow money for a stranger." Then he paused and said the words that shook the entire compound. "My name is not Dafe. My real name is Darlington Okoro." Someone screamed, That billionaire!" Shock filled the air. He gestured at the goods behind him. "Everything you see here is not payment, it is appreciation." Adaora covered her mouth, crying. Her knees shook. Darlington stepped forward and caught her gently. "Don't fall. You deserve this." When she finally steadied herself, he asked softly, "Adaora, tell me what you want to do. Do you want to start a business? Move to Lagos? Let your son go to a good school? Do you want a shop? Training? Capital?" Adaora wiped her tears with her wrapper. "I don't even know what to say. This feels like I'm dreaming. Someone should wake me up. Why me? Why all this?" He smiled softly. "Because you gave me what money cannot buy. You gave me kindness." Weeks later in Lagos, Darlington fulfilled everything he promised. He opened one of the biggest supermarket plazas for Adaora, a shining retail and wholesale business with her name boldly written at the front. Adaora Megamart, Retail and Wholesale. Her son began attending one of the top schools in Lagos, with new uniforms, school shoes and bags. From that moment, Adora's life turned around completely. Her business flourished, her child thrived, and peace finally returned to her life. Months later, Darlington visited her supermarket one quiet evening. He didn't enter like usual. He only stood at the door and said, "Adaora, please step outside. I have something for you." Adaora wiped her hands on her apron and followed him, confused. But when she stepped outside, her breath stopped. There, parked in front of the plaza, was a shining white Mercedes-Benz, sparkling like diamonds under the evening lights. The plate number was customized with her name, Adaora 01. Everyone screamed in excitement. Before she could speak, Darlington walked to the front of the car and slowly went down on one knee. Adora's hands trembled, her heart pounded. Darlington opened a velvet box and revealed a beautiful diamond ring. "Adaora," he said softly, "all the wealth I have means nothing without someone like you beside me. You saved my life. You saved my heart. Please, come and complete my life." Tears rolled down Adora's cheeks. Her son shouted, "Mummy, say yes." People clapped and cheered. Darlington's voice softened again. "Adaora, will you be my forever?" Adaora whispered through tears. Yes, I will." The crowd screamed in joy. Darlington slipped the ring on her finger, stood up, and pulled her into a warm hug. And that was how a poor widow who once struggled to survive found love, peace, and a future she never imagined. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me, where are you watching from? I would love to know how far my story travels. And what lesson did you learn from the story of Adaora? I enjoy reading your opinions. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more stories coming your way every week. Thank you, and stay blessed.